Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing great. Now, first, I'm gonna start off by saying I don't want no sympathy. I don't want nobody feeling bad for me. I know the things I've done wrong, and I know the things I can improve on, and I take full accountability. I'm gonna start. First off, I'm gonna give you some like idea into who I am and my personality. Um, One, I'm very to myself. I'm very by myself, do it myself, don't like asking for help. Um, I tend to isolate myself a lot. I tend to be in solitude a lot. And I tend to push everybody away that's close to me. Why? Because I don't know, I feel like I'm not good enough, or they might see the flaws that I see in myself. So I kind of just beat them to the punch before they could, reject me. So I reject them first. So I do a lot of self-sabotaging. Um, but yeah, now that I got that out the way, and you know a little bit about me, I'm 31 and I'm broke, single, still live with my parents, unemployed, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I woke up one day and my life is just a mess. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Get your popcorn. This might be a long video. I don't know how long, but this might be a long video. So get your popcorn, take a seat, you know, call the boys, gather around, because you might learn something from this. So yes, don't be like me. Um, so to start from the beginning, my childhood, I didn't really have like a bad childhood. I didn't really have like a horrible childhood. My parents did the best they could do, but my parents wasn't really in my life like that. Um, I usually I was moving around from family member to family member. I wasn't born in the U.S. by the way. I wasn't born in the United States, but at the time I was living in the U.S. and my parents was in the country I reside in, um, and they wanted me to have a better life. They wanted me to have a better life. They wanted me to achieve the goals that they thought I could achieve. And not to say they wasn't in my life, but they wasn't in my life physically for most of my life. But they would, call and check and send money and so on and so forth. Um, so I grew up with family members to family members, sisters, aunties, all of that. I never really felt like they truly wanted me there. Not because they hate me or anything, but because it's just another mouth to feed. And I wouldn't say that was a burden on them, because my mom would send the money on my behalf to like buy me food and whatever. So, or not, they'll send the money to buy me food, but I don't know what they use the money for. Um, and I grew up pretty decent. I have friends. I was pretty, popular or whatever, or cool, or just sociable. Well, I wasn't always sociable. I was always kind of like shy and to myself. Then later on, like high school years, I became more sociable. So it's funny because I went from like kind of shy to myself to sociable to now I'm back to like secluding myself. So funny how life works. But yeah, where I'm at. So yeah, I didn't really have like a horrible childhood, but I didn't have the best childhood either. I didn't really feel love. I didn't really feel wanted. I felt like I was only there because my parents were sending the money for me to stay there. And if the money wasn't a thing, then I wouldn't be there. So that's how I felt. Um, I ended up dropping out of high school. I ended up dropping out of high school um, because I was trying to do certain things in my life. I wasn't in trouble. I never really got in trouble or big trouble. But at the time, like I said, I wasn't from the US, and I was about I was in the age where, everybody's getting a job and everybody's working and stuff like that, and I can't work because um I don't have like a social security or nothing. I just was going to school, and everybody has a job, and boom, 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 and like, you know, I just was broke basically. I remember one time my friend tried to get me a job at one of this. I think he was like a telemarketer or something. I forgot what he was doing. But he tried to get me a job at his job, and I was embarrassed to tell him because he didn't know I wasn't born in the U.S. And by most of you hear me talking, you wouldn't know that either because I just picked up the accent. That's how long I've been there. Um, but yeah, he tried to get me a job, and I was kind of embarrassed to tell him that I couldn't get the job, and he was like, "Why? Like, why you can't get the job?" And I couldn't even tell him that I don't have a social security. I can't legally work. I can't legally work. But I never told him that. But now he knows. But I told him that later on in life, way later on, because people just thought I was American. Um, so fast forward, I end up coming back to. I live in the Bahamas. I end up coming back to the Bahamas because after dropping out of high school and trying to become a citizen, it didn't work. I didn't want to get married. I was 17, 18 at the time, or 18 at the time. I didn't want to get married because I didn't believe in getting married so young, and I didn't believe getting married for anything other than love. I didn't want to get married, so I'm 18 now. I can't get a job, so I resorted to a little. I'm not promoting it. I'm not promoting it. I'm not promoting it. I'm not glorifying it, but I, I, I resorted to a little, selling of marijuana because I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a job, and it's not in my heart to do those type of activities. So I did eventually find like an under the table job, but the pay was so small it wasn't even worth it because I was basically getting paid whatever because they know I needed it and I had no other options. So I ended up saying fuck that and moving back to the Bahamas with my parents. Now I'm about 19. I'm about 19 right now. This is 2014. I'm about 19 right now. 19 going on 20. Um, so now I'm gonna speed up the story a little bit. Don't hold just hold on. I'm gonna speed up the story a little bit. So from like 19 to 25. No, from 19 to 25, I was just working little. Because now I can work now. I can work now. So I worked. I was just working little jobs. Got my license. Boom, boom, boom. I started, doing a little better for myself because I could work from 19 to 25. Now I'm working, just working little jobs here and there, doing what I could do. Some good jobs, some not so good jobs. Um, just doing what I do just to build myself up, just to build myself up, just to make a life for myself, make a life for myself, and not depend on my parents, which they don't have no problem doing for me because they love me. But you want to do for yourself. You a grown man now. You can't be hey mom, hey dad, you don't want to do that. So I'm working little jobs. I bought a car. I'm doing little things. I got me a girlfriend. Do little things. I had the pregnancy the pregnancy scares. Um, not really a pregnancy scare because she was pregnant and she ended up having a miscarriage. In hindsight, thank God because I wasn't ready. I didn't have the funds. I didn't have the things I know now. I didn't have the things I needed to take care of a child. It would have been horrible. It would have been struggling. Now, I'm very cautious about bringing life into this world because I know how life is. And if I can't provide them the means they need, not the means they want, but if I can't provide them the needs they need, then I'd rather not bring life into this world. But hopefully one day I can. I would love to be a father someday. Um, that happened when I was around 22, 23. Um, so I'm working, doing jobs. Nobody likes a job. Nobody likes a job, but people just do it because they feel like there's no other options. There's no other options. You just gotta suck it up. That's just life. That's just adulthood. It's just life. Um, so about 25, I was working a job. Then, you know, it's 2020, by the way. 2020, I was working a job, and you know what happened. Everything shut down. The whole world shut down. You know what happened. And, the job eventually let me go because at the time, I didn't want to take the jab. And they eventually let me go for safety reasons for safety reasons, not because I did anything really, but for safety reasons, I couldn't come back. Um, so I was kind of down and out. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of depressed. I'm like, dang, I have no income coming in. I'm stuck at home. Um, I don't really have nothing going on. Then I started watching YouTube. I mean, I love watching YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since 2008. My first YouTube account is from 2008. So I've been on this for like 17 years. I've been on watching for like 17 years. I've been like a creator on here for probably like the last 5, 6 years. And that's where we get into now. That's when we get into back to my story. So 2020, everything shut down, and now I'm just depressed, and I start watching videos on YouTube of people creating. And 2020, everybody home, everybody stuck at home, everybody's trying to create. It was everybody home, everybody. That's when the views was probably going crazy. So boom. And by the way, I'm from a household where people don't think you could make an income or create an income without a traditional 9 to 5, or have a stable income without a traditional 9 to 5, because it's never been done before. And I don't blame them because where they're from, or how they grew up in the time that they grew up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, the internet wasn't a thing. Being a content creator wasn't a thing. Being a streamer, being a whatever we do nowadays, it wasn't a thing. It just started becoming a thing in the last probably like 10 years. But yeah, so, and I've probably made videos on this on my channel already that you can go check out if you want to. But yeah, so I wanted to start making content. I'm like, man, I can't keep working with somebody. I can't have my livelihood in the hands of another person who don't really care about me. I can't, be working with somebody for the rest of my life, helping them achieve their dreams while I'm just scrapping by for pennies and just being grateful for whatever I get. I can't do that for the rest of my life. I can't be the 50-year-old in the warehouse with the 20-year-old coworker, doing monotonous work every day, day after day, just for a little paycheck that it would never help me escape or reach the life I want to achieve. I can't keep doing that. I don't want to keep doing that. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna try to make content. I'm gonna try to make content. So I started making videos on YouTube, which was on my first channel. This is my second channel, and I started making videos on YouTube. I didn't really expect to blow up or not. I didn't even know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I just was doing shit. I just was doing whatever to try find my way, my path. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. First time ever doing a video. I didn't even like being on camera, didn't like talking on camera. My first videos, my first probably like couple of videos, I didn't speak or nothing. I wasn't even used to comfortable to talking on camera like how I am now. But yeah, I started doing videos and didn't really do nothing. Didn't really work out for me. I just was doing it for fun, basically. Wasn't monetized or nothing. Just was doing it, trying to build some type of following. So I started doing like fitness. I started doing, reactions. Then I got onto TikTok. Now this is like 2021. I got onto TikTok and I started doing comedy. I started doing skits. And I knew about TikTok for a while, but I was never like in a rush to get on it. Like, I didn't really care about it. I thought it was like little kids or something. So it wasn't really like a big thing for me. But I had a family member on it, and he told me to get on it. He was on it, so I like fuck it. I get on it. I make a video, and it was cool. Just a video of me doing like a little motivational speech. Then I make another video. I post like one of my workout vids. I do another video. Then I did another video, like a comedy thing. And I closed the app. Probably like a few hours later, I went back on the app and I had 300 views. I had 300 views in like 2 hours. So I kind of put the battery in my back to keep doing it. I had some type of incentive to do it because on YouTube I wasn't making no waves. Like I was barely even cracking 50 views. Shit, I was barely cracking 20 views. And this before YouTube Shorts came in. So I kind of abandoned YouTube and went to TikTok because I was seeing more momentum over there. And yeah, like seeing momentum. So I did that for a long time. I would do my TikTok skits, then I'll post them on YouTube. So I'll post them on YouTube. So I do my skits, post them on YouTube, and I was doing that for years and years and years, just trying to build a following. I did build a pretty good following off of that. But the thing about TikTok is those followers are very, very fickle. They're very, very fickle. They're here for the viral hits, and they're not really here for you. YouTube, I'm realizing now YouTube is actually where I want to be. But I digress. So I've had some viral success. I've had a few videos hit 1 million views on TikTok, but it didn't really translate to anything life changing. And that's when I realized maybe this content creation thing ain't for me. But I've done it for so long now that I loved it now. I loved it. Even if I wasn't gaining anything, I loved it now because it was an escape. I was making people feel some type of emotion, like laugh or motivate. I liked it. I liked the way people was interacting with me. I liked the dopamine I was getting from it, the likes, the comments, the views. I liked it. And where I kind of messed up was I was putting my life on the back burner for content. I wasn't living my life for content. I felt like I had to focus on this and do this full time and whatever, whatever. And so I passed upon a lot of relationships that I could have had that I looked past because I felt like it would set me back because I wasn't where I want to be. I passed up a lot of friendships, a lot of memories, a lot of everything, a lot of talking to family. Like I haven't talked to most of my family in over a decade, and I made a video about that. If you guys want to go into more depth about that, I have a video about that. But yeah, I started passing up everything. Then eventually I came to my senses that, you know, this content thing ain't really working out. I'm gonna still do it, but it ain't really working out. I gotta start bringing some money in. So I end up working, working jobs while doing it at the same time. But the thing is, my problem is I'm too self-aware. I'm too I'm too self-aware, and I'm not. I hate to feel like I hate to make people feel like they could get the one up on me, or they get pulled the wool over my eyes, or I'm stupid, or I don't realize what they're doing. So these jobs I would get, I know they was screwing me over like pay wise and stuff like that, and I know I wasn't treated the best. I know there was no possible way I could actually grow in these companies, um, because they have their plan and how they run things, and I'm not gonna get into the specifics of everything because it don't even matter at this point. But yeah, so I would save up my money. So that's what I would do. I would get a job and I would kind of like hoard money. I would hoard money. For like 6 months to a year. I would barely go out, barely drink, barely see anybody, just working home, working home, working home, working home, hoarding money. Because in my mind, I hated this job and I can't do this forever. And I needed a way out. And I needed a way out. And I needed a way to focus on what I wanted to do, but still be comfortable at the same time. So I would hoard money for like 6 months a year. And by the way, I'm still living in my parents' house, so I didn't really have no big expenses, no kids, no wives. So I was like, this is my opportunity. If there's gonna be any time to take a risk, take a chance, this is gonna be my time to take a chance and take a risk. So I'll hoard money for like a year. Hoard money, hoard money, hoard money. And once I feel like I have a good set amount of money where I can sit on for, some months, what I would do, I would end up leaving the job because I'm like, F this. I don't need this. Like I don't need to put up I don't need to put up with these managers and supervisors and these co-workers that hate their lives because they put themselves in these predicaments and they're stuck there, and I have the ability, the freedom to go and come as I please. Like I'm like, F this. I'm gonna go chase my passion. I'm gonna go chase my dream. I'm gonna go become something. I'm gonna become a name. Right now I'm nameless. Right now I'm nameless. At my job, I feel like a number. At my job, I feel like just like a number, like a prison number. But I'm like, I don't want a number. I'm about to create a name. There's a difference between having a name and having a number. And I wanted a name. So I quit my job. And then I go back to YouTube and TikTok for just going hard day after day after day after day after day after day, just trying to create something, just trying to do something, just trying to cross my fingers, hope something good happens, hope I blow up or something. I don't know. I don't know what I expected to happen, but it didn't happen. That's why I'm making this video. And then sometime after a while, the money would eventually run out. Then I would go into deep depressions, sadness, just hating my life, not wanting to be here, even contemplating taking my life, feeling useless, worthless. I bring no value to society. I don't no value to anybody in my life. And I just hated that feeling. I just hated that feeling. It's not necessarily I wanted to be rich or I wanted to be like Jeff Bezos or anything, but I just wanted to be accepted. I just wanted to be loved. And the only way I could see myself being loved was if I brought some type of value to myself and some type of value to society, the community, my family, my friends. And I just felt useless. And I've been battling depression even till this day. Even while you're watching this video, I've been battling depression for like almost a decade now. Almost a decade now, and that's sad to say. But I have my ups and down days. I have my ups and downs. But yeah, like I said, I put my life on the back burner for this. I put my life on hold. Like sometimes I wish I'd have just say F it and just stick to the 9 to 5 grind. And just chasing your dreams is overrated. Chasing your dreams is overrated. It's not for everybody. It's a risk that 99% of the time doesn't work out. And the people that you see on TV, on your computer screen, your phone screen, that successful and they living the life they want, they sometimes you gotta say it was just luck. Hard work don't really get you anywhere. If hard work got you everywhere all of the time, the janitor would be the CEO, and that doesn't happen. But I didn't really learn that till later on. I just thought if I worked hard, that I'd eventually get what I want. I didn't really put luck into the equation until later on in life, that I just might not be lucky. But yeah, I put a lot of my life on the back burner. A lot of my life on the back burner. I miss out on a lot of love, a lot of memories. Miss out on having a family. Miss out on having a wife. All because I wanted to make a name for myself. I didn't. All because I wanted to escape or run away from whatever I was running away from. I want to say I was running away from the quote unquote rat race or system or the matrix or society, but in all honesty, I was running away from myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't feel good about myself, and I didn't feel like people could love me unless I was doing something great or achieving some outstanding, extraordinary in that ballpark. And if I was just regular, ordinary, I wouldn't. Nobody would love me. But as I get older, I realize that there's nothing wrong with comfortability. There's nothing wrong with being ordinary, regular. Shit, my parents was ordinary, regular, doing the best they can so I can have the life I want. And I feel like I fumbled it because trying to achieve something great. But I've always been a creative at heart. I've always been a creative. I always wanted to create. I always wanted to be somebody. I don't know what I wanted to be, but I know I wanted to be somebody. But who am I? Everybody want to be somebody. Everybody want to be somebody. Everybody want to be great. Everybody want to achieve something. Everybody have goals, dreams, and aspirations. I'm not special. I'm no different than you. I'm no different than a guy in Nicaragua or Nigeria or England, or I'm no different. I'm no different. We all wake up with 24 hours trying to make something happen. And the thing about life is not everybody can achieve what they want to achieve. That's just reality. Whether it's certain predicaments or situations as out of your control or situations you put yourself in as in your control, not everybody's going to achieve the life they want. And it took me until 31 to realize that. It took me until 31 to realize that I'm just chasing something that I can never catch unless the stars just align for me and things just happen to work out. But yeah, so I'm at right now, so to current day, um, current day I'm unemployed for like 6, 7 months right now. Um, the job I previous had, I'm not gonna go into super details, but I end up leaving because obviously you know when somebody bullshitting you, you know when somebody trying to get one over you, but sometimes you just gotta bite down and take it because you can't really do no better. But but me, I'm the person like, I believe in myself. I could do it. I know I could do it. Like I'm gonna be somebody. Like just delusional. Just delusional. And I left that job trying to pursue my dreams for this like the third time now. I've left the job trying to pursue my goals and dreams, and it didn't work out. But I've made videos on all these topics going into super detail on my first channel and this channel. So if you want to check them out, you can. I don't feel the need to reiterate every single detail in this video again. But yeah, so I realized that don't leave your job. Don't leave your job to chase your passion. Don't do it. Don't do it. Life is not a movie. Life is not a game. Don't leave your job. Don't leave your job to pursue your goals. To pursue no. I don't care how much you hate it. Life is no joke. Do do pursue your goals while you're on the job. Be an entrepreneur while you're on the job. I hate the 9 to 5. I hate everything about it, but you need it. You need it because you have to play by the rules. If you don't play by the rules, then you end up like me, sad, depressed, don't know no direction in life, lost, no routine. I left my job because it was monotonous, every day the same thing, to being at home every day the same thing. So ironic. So, but like I said, in this whole video, I take full accountability. Take full accountability. I'm not blaming nobody but myself. These are my actions. These are my decisions. I wanted for myself, and it just didn't happen to work out. So right now, I'm in the, you know, right now I'm looking for a next job. I don't think I'll be pursuing this passion or dream I have any longer because every time I take the risk to pursue it, it just ends me back to square one. Flat broke, single, loneliness, solitude, isolation, no friends, pushing away everybody. Not because they don't like me, but because I don't like myself. I don't love myself. It's like a cycle. So the next job I do get, I think I'm gonna just, even if I don't like it, fuck it. Fuck it. I have to start preparing for my future. I'm getting older. The next 10 years of my life is gonna be crucial. Being 30 in this position is horrible. But being 40 in this position is even worse. And I don't want to do that. I want to have a family, a wife. I'm pursuing everything I want to pursue just so I can have a family and wife and be just stable and not have my income or my livelihood in the hands of basically a stranger who has no ties to me, who only cares about him or her and their family and their lifestyle. And I'm just starting to learn that sometimes you're just born to be the worker. You're just born to be the worker. and nothing else, nothing more, and just be grateful of what you get. Be grateful of what you get. I'm even at the point where when people walk out of my life, I don't even fight to get them back. I don't even fight to get them back. I don't get upset. I don't get mad. I'm just like, I understand because I know me, and I know how I feel about myself. So it's only a matter of time before I think you're gonna see me the way I see myself. Even if you didn't see me the way I see myself, even if you're just me pushing you away, even I don't know. I met a girl. I was gonna leave this out, but I met a girl, probably the love of my life, probably my soulmate, and I met her while I was working at my previous job, and things are going. She didn't work at the job. She didn't work no more. Don't date coworkers. Do not date coworkers. But yeah, she didn't work at the job, and I liked her, wanted to be with her, but I had this dream, passion of mine that I didn't want to sacrifice X amount of months or years to another person where I could be focusing on my dream and what I wanted to achieve. So she ended up, fast forward, I left the job and I ended up lying to her about finding a new job because I was afraid if I told her that if I wasn't working, if I wasn't you know making the income, she would leave me. It was long distance, by the way, so she didn't really have no way to verify. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you, but I was afraid. I was afraid you were leaving, and she ended up eventually leaving anyway because I just was. I know I was living a lie. I was more distant. I was more isolated myself because I know she was too good for me. She was too good for me. I didn't have, and she wasn't even about money. It wasn't even about money because she wasn't one of those girls who was just money, 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 money. But I know I had to bring some type of stability to her life or our lives, and I just wasn't there stability wise, and it just didn't work out. Hopefully, things can pan out different in the future. But until then, I don't know. But she decided to leave, and like I said, I didn't argue. I said I understand. I appreciate the difference you made in my life. I appreciate you encouraging me, uplifting me, the whole 9 yards, and yeah, I appreciate everything. And we just went our separate ways, very amicably. I can never say that word. We went our ways on the same terms. There was no beef or disgruntle or mad or cursing or arguments. I just let it fade out. And now I'm alone again, trying to figure out my life, trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. Thank God I don't have no children or significant other or major bills that I have to stress about. But as a man, you want to be on your own. You want to be, independent. And society looks at you as you should be independent, especially at my age. You should be independent. And as a man, if you don't really bring no value, you're technically worthless. You're technically worthless. I don't know. You're treated different from women. You're treated different from women and children. Not saying, oh, woe is me, woe is me. Like I said, take full accountability. I'm not blaming nobody. But is a double standard, and you need a double standard. There's nothing wrong with double standards because that's how the world revolves. That's how the world works. Everybody has to play a role. Everybody has to play a role. But yeah, now to current day, I'm just trying to do things better in my life. I'm just trying to do things a lot better in my life. Like I said, I don't smoke. I stopped drinking. I've been sober, which has been very difficult for me because me drinking, I didn't mention it in the video, but me drinking is what kept me from my depression and sadness, and me drinking made me more social, being around other people. And I love being, as much as I talk about being isolated, I love being around other people. But I don't like being around other people when I don't have nothing to offer. And I feel worthless because I feel like they're gonna ask me a question where I don't have a good answer for it. But yeah, so I didn't mention this, but I was also in a 2024. I was also in a car accident. I was also in a car accident that cost me a lot, most of all my savings, which kind of forced me to rush into the previous job I had. And sometimes I did wish I did pass away in a car accident. Sometimes I did wish that. But God saved me for a reason, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I'm doing better. I've been sober for a few months. Like I said, I don't want to use alcohol to suppress my feelings, suppress my depression, suppress my sadness, suppress, my true emotions. I want to sit with my emotions. I want to, be able to, work things out inside of me instead of using an outside dopamine hit to fix what's inside of me. Because it doesn't fix what's inside of you. It only suppresses it, but it comes back 10 times stronger. That's why you have to keep moving on to stronger substances to keep it down. A lot of people on alcohol or drugs, they're usually running away from something. And that something is usually themselves. And I was running away from myself, running away from my failures, running away from not succeeding, running away from my failed attempts, running away from a lot of shit, my past childhood trauma, running away from a lot of shit. And I'm sober, and I'm gonna try to stay as sober as long as possible. And yeah, I'm just trying to change my life. I've cut out almost all my friends and family. I don't talk to nobody really. Sometimes I go days without talking to anybody. And yeah, I'm just not where I want to be in life. So I'm just trying to change a few things. If you do the same thing over and over and expect a difference, that's kind of crazy. So I feel like I have to make some big changes in my life to actually get to where I want to get, and put my pride to the side and a lot of other things to the side, to achieve certain goals and aspirations. Yeah. Another thing is I don't like asking for help. I don't like asking for help. That's one of my things, but I do have to work on. I hate asking for help. I feel like me asking for help, somebody for help, I feel like I'm a burden. I feel like it comes with some type of stipulation. I just hate asking for help. So this video is not me asking for help. I don't want help. This video is just me to vent my therapy. I basically just told y'all my life story, basically, or little bits and pieces of my life story. This video is basically me just to vent and get it off my chest. I like therapy. This video is like therapy. It's like therapy and a deposition and an interrogation and an intervention all in one. It's all of them. But yeah, I'm just trying to do better with my life. I don't want to depend on nobody. But I don't mind helping people. I just don't want to. I just don't want to receive the help. I don't mind giving help, but I don't like receiving help. But yeah, so I've no alcohol, no smoking, which I haven't smoked in over 8 years. No alcohol. Just trying to get back on track. I've cut out all social media except YouTube, of course. I love YouTube. I cut out all social media, no TikTok, no Instagram. I realized I was comparing myself too much to other people's lifestyle, comparing my boring, dull life, failure of a life to someone highlight reel, even though they might have traumas and stuff in their life also. And you don't know how they achieve where they got in life either. So I completely cut social media out. I was tired of the endless scrolling, the endless resentment of myself, endless feeling horrible about myself, the endless brain rot. I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. And social media played a big role on my mental health. Because every few scrolls you see the 6-year-old millionaire, multi-millionaire from reviewing toys, and here you are in your 30s living with your parents and don't have $5 to your name. But like I said, I don't want nobody to feel sad for me because I put myself in this predicament. I'm only making this video so you don't end up here. You don't be like me. So if anything, you watch this video is for you not to be like me, is for you not to make the same mistakes I made. That's pretty much the goal of this video. You don't make the same mistakes I made. You don't follow down the same path I made. If anything, you take bits and pieces, because I'm not telling you not to follow your dreams. I'm not telling you just to work the 9 to 5 for the rest of your life because I didn't make it. Just because I didn't make it, I just wasn't lucky. But you might have it. It might be different for you. It might be different for you. So just take bits and pieces and use what failed for me to not fail for you, and just do what works for you. So right now, I'm just on this second channel, just talking about my life, talking about my experiences. I'm not really doing nothing crazy. I'm not really doing no challenges or fancy edits or cut screens or Mr. Beast style videos or giving away money, or I'm not really making content really. I'm just venting. This whole channel for me is just therapy. It's just therapy. I'm my own therapist. Like, I ask myself the question and I answer the question. I'm my own therapist. And right now I'm just focused. I just want to focus on finding some stability in my life. I don't want to give up on my dreams. I don't want to give up on my purpose, but it's not really working for me. And I don't want to spend my whole life chasing something I'm not going to reach. And I understand some things take years and years and years to build. I understand that some things take 5 years, 10 years, until you get your feet off the ground. But after about 5, 6 years, and you ain't really see real progress, you haven't really made monetizable income, it's kind of time to wrap it up. Wrap it up and come to reality. Because I was living in fairy world land. I was living in just fairy world that it's possible for me. It's possible for me. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. To the point where I'm so defeated where I don't even think it's possible. I don't even think no matter how much I tried, it would work out. I even get to the point where you know I was starting to hate God, and and felt like He didn't have my back, and felt like He wasn't helping me. And I know that say no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to help you, but I thought at least He would. And I got to the point where I I was losing faith in Him and myself, and life just felt meaningless, felt no purpose. And that's when I knew I was losing myself. That's when I knew I was losing myself, and I just had to make a change. I just had to make a change, and I just spent. Now I'm just spending my time focused on my mental health, focus on talking positivity into my life, focus on escaping the mental chains I've been locked up in for the past decade. I've been free out in the free world, but I've been locked up. I've been locked up for the past decade, and I don't know what my release date is. Because my brain is the judge and the jury and the executioner, and it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good. But I finally find out. The whole time I was searching for my purpose, but I finally figured out what I want to do with my life. And if God allows me to do it, I finally figure out I want to promote mental health. I want to be a mental health counselor. I want to help people struggling with mental health, depression, sadness, wanting to end their suffering. Because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be lonely, depressed, sad, be a failure, be disgusted with myself, feel worthless, useless. Nobody loves me. I don't love myself. I know how it feels. And I feel like I could speak about it. And I feel like I could help somebody. Because I always felt like, even though I don't like being helped, I always felt good when I help other people. And I never wanted anything in return. Just the fact that I could help somebody, I always felt that. So I'm gonna check out that route and see how that goes for me. And just see how that goes for me. But I love helping people, especially when it comes to mental health, because I feel like I said, I'm not licensed or anything. I'm not a licensed therapist, but I feel like a pro. I feel like a professional. I feel like I could talk somebody out of a bad situation while using my situation as examples and how I overcame certain situations. I feel good about it. I feel like I give good advice. But yeah, that's just I just feel like that's my purpose right now. Is my whole life, well, not my whole life, but for the past 6 or 7 years, I just was trying to find my purpose, trying to find what I'm good at. Remember I mentioned earlier, like I was just doing stuff. Like I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't really know myself. I didn't really know what I loved. I just was doing stuff, doing trends, doing stuff I've seen other people do, and just hoping that something eventually clicked. But what I've come to learn is sometimes you don't find your purpose. Sometimes your purpose finds you. And the only way your purpose can find you is you living life. You experiencing life. You going through life. You're going through the best of times and you're going through the worst of times. I messed up by trying to write my own book, by trying to create my own chapters in my life. And I realized my chapters were already written. I just had to read the book. I just had to read the book. And what I mean by that, I just had to live my life. Just live my life instead of moving off of feelings and emotions and this and that, and I want this for my life and I don't want that for my life. I want this. Like, I was trying to create my life, and you can't create you could create your life to a certain extent, but it's some things in life is just you can't control. No matter how much you try, you just can't control. And I was frustrated with myself because I couldn't create the life I wanted. I couldn't create the life I wanted. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't create the life I wanted. And that just made me hate myself. It just made me not want to be here. It just made me question everything about life, the meaning of life, my purpose in life. But my purpose in life is to be here. My purpose in life is to help people, help someone, even if I just help one person. And I know this video is long. I told you get your popcorn. I told you get your popcorn. I told you get your popcorn. This video is like a full-length movie. But this is my life story. And if I never make a video again, at least you know who I am. At least you know I existed. At least you know I tried. At least you know I take responsibility. At least you know I'm just like you. But yeah, I know everybody probably done clicked off this video already, but for those who stay here, as I'm about to wrap this up, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Take care of your mind state, your mind frame. Love yourself. Even if you gotta fake it. Every day look in the mirror, I love you. Even if you don't mean it. Eventually, you can say it so much you can mean it. Love yourself. Know that you tried. Know that you tried. Even if the world around you say you're not trying hard enough, know that you tried. Because right now, I don't feel like I tried hard enough, but I tried. I don't feel like I tried hard enough. A lot of people probably say I didn't try hard enough. And whatever field I was going in, whether it's the 9 to 5 route or chasing my dreams, I didn't try hard enough. I gave up too quick. Pushed out a lot of people in my life. A lot of people in my life. People that loved me. But I just didn't love myself. So I don't want nobody loving me if I can't love myself. But yeah, so if you take anything from this video, just learn from my mistakes. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. This is one of the hardest videos I ever had to make because I had to be honest with myself. The hardest video I ever had to make because I had to be truthful with myself. The hardest video I ever had to make because I had to be vulnerable with myself. And it's different when you speak it out loud into the atmosphere because it makes it more real. When you just say it in your mind, it could just be, oh, you know, that's just my thoughts. That's just my inner voice. That's just whatever. But when you speak it out of your own mouth, it becomes real. It becomes solidified. So now I know that the mistakes I've made. All I ask is just be better than me. Just be better. I know you don't know me. I know you don't know me, but just be better than me. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. Thank you. If you watch this, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate the love and support, or if I get any or not, it don't really matter, to be honest with you. It don't really matter. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support, or not. I appreciate you watching me because you could be doing anything else in the world, but you here with me. You here with me watching me. Some random guy on the internet. Some random guy on the internet speaking about his life in a sea of 8 billion other lives doing their thing on a little rock in an infinite galaxy. And you're here with me. So I thank you. But yeah, I appreciate you. Love. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Do the best you can in this life. Take risks, but take wise risks. Don't take foolish risks like me. Take a wise risk. Take risks that you know won't change the trajectory of your life in a negative way. Because if it wasn't for my parents, I'd be homeless right now. I'd be on the streets, all because I was chasing a goal, chasing a dream. And I know I don't tell them this all the time, but I appreciate them. I love them for everything that they did for me. I know I've been ungrateful. But yeah, don't be like me. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Peace. And maybe I'll see you again, maybe not. I don't know. But thank you. I appreciate y'all, and peace. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my life story.